everyone. This here is going to be a quick little rundown of how to start introducing distractions with your dog. So there's a concept amongst dog trainers, and it's the 3 Ds: distance, duration, distraction. And you want to slowly start to build those things up. But initially, when we're first starting out, we want to make sure that the dog is being successful, and we're not setting them back to place a bunch of times because maybe we're trying to do too big of distractions right away. So the way this works is, assuming you've already taught your dog place, or maybe you're working on it right now, and you're going to start introducing some distraction work in those commands. And this could be for place, sit, down, because this is all part of proofing the dog's work, right? So when I'm initially starting off with distractions, I want to make it very easy for the dog to be successful. So we've got Asher's food here, and I'm going to be doing some light distraction work, and then I'm going to tell him good, and I'm going to pay him on the place board to keep doing what he's doing. And then our yes marker is to yes him off of the board to let him know that, hey, you're done, good job, come and get the reward, all right? And so when we're doing this, like I said, we want to make sure we're not asking too much of the dog initially. So if we're just teaching place, I'm not worried about him downing or sitting, or he just can't leave the place board. And so some of the first things that we do when we're starting to build duration and letting the dog know that this is what I want you to do is I'll just take like a step back with one of my legs, right? It could look something like this. Good. And then give him some food. Yes. And then I'm going to yes him off. And then if I come back, place, good, right? I want to tell him, like, good job, keep doing what you're doing. Give him some food. And then he's pretty good at this, so I'm going to just jump around a little bit. But then the next one might be 2 steps back. And then when I come back forward, good. The other thing to keep in mind is that you've got some time in between your rewards. So something that we see often is folks will say good, and maybe they have their hand in the food pouch already, and they're wanting to deliver to the dog right away. You've got moments in time, so you can be back here, good, and walk up and feed the dog. Another distraction is picking up the leash. Good. Because just because I pick up the leash doesn't mean we're moving forward. Yes. Typically, place. Good. I would do, kind of a maximum of 5 goods before I yes the dog off of the board. I just don't want to do too many because I could cause him to break because of that. And so for me, it's just, I'd like to do 5 goods, and then I'll typically yes the dog off. So maybe I do something like this. Good. Walk around. Good. Drop the leash. Step back. Good. Good. Yes. Place. So he's at a point where I'm not feeding on every single good anymore, but initially we start off feeding on every single good, and then we start to switch it up on the dogs. Then maybe it's on the second time or the third time, back to the first time, the fourth time, the second time. You just want to start getting into what's called intermittent feeding schedule. And this is just to further build the hope in the dog and let them know, like, hey, I don't know when the reward is coming, but I got to pay attention because I know it's going to happen at some point. Other distractions that you can think about trying are, the step backs, crouching down in front of your dog. This is typically one that really causes them to break. Good. I mean, you can do all kinds of things. You can act like a crazy person. Good. You can do like bear crawls. Good. Those are good ones. Good. Yes. Let's go, buddy. Place. Good. So that's a quick little rundown on just doing some distraction work and things that you want to be mindful of as you're doing your work. Another thing to keep in mind is when you say you're working on place first and you're doing all of these distractions and you're able to really step back, drop the leash, move away, you're able to do these high level distractions, throwing toys, what have you. When you're going to start teaching your dog something new, for example, like sit, you're going to want to go back to your initial distraction work, because then this way you're not asking too much of the dog right away. You could probably move faster, move forward a little bit quicker because your dog has a history of practicing it on these places. But if I am going to start teaching him sit, then I'm going to start doing distractions, I'm going to go back to like my very beginning distraction works with just really simple things to help them be more successful. And then I would repeat that same process with the down. But remember, you might be able to move quicker through those things and get to where you were with place work distractions because they have a history of working on it in these kinds of areas, right? And then the same thing will be said when you start changing environments and you're starting to train, say, in your backyard, in the front yard, at a park, a parking lot. You're going to want to just take some steps back. So then because dogs aren't very good at generalizing things, and so you need to help them see that the same things apply in this area. And so that means you're going to have to maybe take a few steps back before you can take more steps forward. Okay, so that, like I said, that is just some distraction work, clarification, I guess. And yeah, as always, if you all find this helpful, please share it so that other people can benefit from it. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, or like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram to just get more updates on what it is that we're doing around here. And I'm sure maybe I missed some things in this, but I think this is a good starting point to give you all a little bit more information as to where to start for your distraction work. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Yes.